Oh, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another absolutely beautiful week in the state of Florida. Guys, we've been parked in that spot behind me for a while now, but that's because Shane has been working on something really, really cool that he might just get finished up this week. We are so very close. This retired ERV vehicle, or emergency response vehicle from Red Cross, is being turned in to an awesome little camper. And he's so very close to being done.
Look, I'm cleaning, Kelsey. That's always a positive sign in Shane's world.
That is a positive sign.
I don't like wasting time cleaning. You should only clean once. And I'm trying to clean out all of my stuff so I can get all the sawdust out of here, finish the ceiling, cut some big holes in the ceiling, and put some big machines up there.
And then paint.
And then paint.
We're definitely getting paint on it this week, y'all.
It is time to see it all, Kelsey. See my dream come true. Y'all, I kind of want to show you what all has been packed into this thing. We have housing for an air fryer, dry storage that goes all the way back in drawer form. There's a propane stove. We have 2 dry storage compartments. There's a viewfinder there for the 30-gallon water tank that's in the counter. We have a hidden sink. As much storage as I can squeeze in without blocking any of the windows. We have a lift bed in the back, a couch and a bed here. More storage that goes all the way back. More cabinets up top. All of these cabinets are removable in case any of this electrical that we have added on to this original electrical here needs to be maintained. There'll be a 12-volt refrigerator in this void. Back in this corner, we have 600 lithium amps of batteries. We have 2 MPPT charge controllers, DC to DC charging, a 300-watt inverter. The whole roof is covered in solar. And then it gets better on this side. We have a toilet hidden in this box. We have a bed in this space. We have a fold-down table in this space, as well as the whole area converts into a space for shower. We've built a Swiss Army knife here. Y'all hang on. This week, things are shipping up and shipping out. Shaping up and shipping out. Y'all hang on. It's going to be fun.
Meanwhile, I am over here getting ready for our next adventure. If you guys have been following us throughout this build, you know we've been getting really into kayaking. So much so that we bought our own. Love hut size. Let's get this thing blown up and see what it looks like. Oh, guys, that was a bit of a workout, but look how awesome this thing is. Oh, Shane, you gotta hurry up so we can go play. This thing's got a lot of adventures in its future. And it's awesome that it can fit in the back seat.
Boy, the day just gets away from you. Now, today I have managed to get up on the roof, and I've measured 15 times, making sure I get these holes measured just right. They are offset from each other because of the panels and then inside, and there's a lot of reasons why they're offset. But it is 6:30 in the afternoon, and I have a very common practice of not doing major tasks at the end of my workday because sometimes you just don't see things clearly. So I'm gonna leave all this for the evening and cut these holes out first thing in the morning, and then we can go ahead and get this air conditioner up on the roof and make sure it fits. Now, you'll see me install 12-volt air conditioners before on a bus, but this is a rooftop 12-volt DC. But it's heavy, and you can imagine it's going to be quite the acrobatic event getting it up there. Now this rooftop AC installs as simply as sitting this big thing to a hole in the roof. Now, because it's DC powered, we have an Anderson connection. So in the supply kit behind me, there undoubtedly is the other end of this, and it fits into here. So I have a tool that I make lugs, and it goes into this style of connection. And that's the only wiring you have to do, and you have to run those wires to your battery bank. And that's just the control panel that's right there on it. So you open this up, that's where the AC blows out. Now ideally, I want it to fit into a space this size. Let's see if we can make it work. Now the first step to cutting these big holes is I have to drill pilot holes so that I can get on the roof and cut with my jigsaw, because there's not going to be really any room in here to cut. So that these braces gets to stay stationary, so I just have to cut along through here and along this red line. So all I do is take a drill at each corner, and then draw these lines up on the roof. Now this one is for the max air fan, and it takes 14¼ inch space to allow for the fan. The gap between these aluminum beams is 12 inches. So I've got to U-notch out both of them and have some aluminum as well as some really cool goo in a tube that I'm going to utilize to build a bracing structure around this. But this one will require the same of the pilot holes, and then I'll have to take a grinder and physically cut out this aluminum. This fan will be hard-earned. You know, this thing never ceases to impress me. That is some serious aluminum sheeting just for the roof skin. That's the thickness of a street sign. As you know, I'm quite familiar with street signs. The Love Hut has some attached to it. These rigs were built to head into a disaster area and apparently withstand more disasters hitting it. I cannot say there is any RV that I've ever seen that compares to the structural integrity of this thing, or school bus, to be honest with you. This thing could roll down a mountain. And now we simply repeat the process on this one, and then there's gonna be a couple more steps. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those dudes that usually doesn't have the guard on my grinder because, you know, it gets in my way. But today, what I was doing looked squirrely, so I put my guard on, and I'm very happy that I did. My wheel slung apart, and if that guard wouldn't have been there, I don't know what my face would have looked like. But it certainly wouldn't have been this beautiful. Whew. I had to go sit down. Okay, let's keep going. Hello, Kelsey.
Hello, Shane. I see the air conditioner's ready to go in.
Oh, it's ready. I'm not ready to put it in, though. Look at those holes.
Those are some massive holes, Shane. You should probably get them filled up before it rains again.
It's not gonna rain for many days. And I don't think they're gonna be filled today, Kelsey. We'll see. Now that I have both holes cut, I'm also utilizing the framework of the rig to be the clamping device for the air conditioner versus the bars that come with it, because generally you don't have these big aluminum struts in an RV. While I'm up here, I do want to go ahead and accomplish everything necessary on the roof before putting this air conditioner and this fan on, because once those go on and the solar attaches, there's not really any space up here. So I am drilling out the holes here for our solar glands, and that's the device you use to get solar wire from outside to inside without water passing through. All right, and there we have our solar glands. Now, my sealant that I'm using is in a caulk gun. It's called die-core self-leveling. So you goop it on, and then as it sets, it smooths out. And it's not going to be ideally perfect, but the idea is to make sure no water can intrude around this thing. So I've covered all my screws and all the lips. And I have a way to bring in 2 sets of cables because we're going to have 2 solar arrays up here because we have 2 charge controllers down inside. Now we got to let the sun do its thing. Well, that's going to be the bottom side of it. And our pass-throughs are just inside here on this side. Those are our solar cables, and they run into my cabinet here. All 3 of these penetrations through the roof have different types of water sealing. The air conditioner gets a big 2-inch foam pad that goes all the way around the perimeter of this hole, as well as some sealant. And then this one is going to have an install ring that screws to the metal itself. Now my fear was I was going to have to brace this metal because I thought it was a 1/16 thinner than it is. It's an 1/8 inch thick, and it is rigid in and of itself, so I don't even have to brace through here. This is stiffer than the exterior of most fans. But I'm going to be carrying that air conditioner over this in the morning, so I don't want to jeopardize breaking my install ring.
Y'all, this morning Shane woke up and told me that he needs a spotter. Now, when he admits that, I know that he is about to do something really dangerous and probably not the wisest. But there's nothing I can do to talk him out of it, so I'm going to stand back and watch this morning. Shane, you want to tell the world your plan?
Well, due to the property that we're parked on has some commercial restaurant waste, there's this aluminum rack with questionable stability. Some of the welds are a little loose, but all the important ones are still there, I think. But either way, my plan is I'm going to stand on this thing, and then I'm going to pick up that air conditioner over there and set it up there. Because the other option is something akin to the movie Sandlot, when they had to get the ball from next door and they used an erector set. So we're going to hope this plan works, because I don't want to build an erector set. Good morning, Kelsey.
Good morning. That's a mighty big air conditioner.
I know, dude. It's not very heavy. I mean, you know, per its size. It's like 60, 70 pounds.
Let's see how this goes.
Oh,
I have faith in you, Shane.
somebody needs to. And there we have the first placement of it. It is squeezed in as tight as I can get it. Okay, let's go downstairs to take a look. Yep. Here you go. He's a little feller. I think that's a garter snake. I'm not picking that up. He don't want to be picked up either, see? Okay, now that I've test fit this big thing, it's time to do the installation on both of these because I just want to do them both at one time so I don't have to be up here for a bit. Now, with rooftop air conditioners in the RV world, there's not much that holds them on except for a couple of big bolts. Now, the way this ERV is designed, I have these aluminum tubes running across the length of the rig. So I'm utilizing those as the brackets to hold this thing on because as you can see here, there's 4 receiver holes on this unit and I have double-ended threaded rods down there that I feed up through these holes and it connects. Now normally in an RV, you utilize those black steel beams down there, but this thing is built like a tank, so I don't really need those. And then all you have to do is install this squishy foam ring. And when you set the air conditioner on top of it, it's already heavy. And then you pull those bolts tight, it creates a nice watertight barrier. Now over the years, these foam rings give out, as you can imagine, and cause some serious leaks when they're sagging in a roof, and there's always gonna be sagging in a roof. So if you ever have water damage in your RV, a lot of times it comes from the fact that this little bitty foam ring gave out on you. Now the Max Air fan installs a little differently. It has this fancy plastic ring, and there's a couple of different styles of Max Air fans. I buy this one because it doesn't have the remote and it doesn't have the rain sensor, and the rain sensor is known for going out on people. The one less than this doesn't have the 2-piece ring. It is all one unit, so if the fan ever goes out, which they do burn up if you use them a lot, you have to come back and take all these screws out, which I don't like, because what I'm going to be doing today is installing lap sealant on the metal surface, screwing this down, and then installing more lap sealant all the way around it. And then we just have 4 screws when the fan sits in, and that's all it takes to install it. So I definitely enjoy this model a lot more because of that very reason. Let's get all this stuck to the roof. I'm tired of being up here. My knees hurt. Have it all sealed up. Now you can see this stuff already starting to level itself out. What I had in my gun yesterday was the non-leveling version, so that just stuck where I put it. Any that I have left over, I'm going to go over there and apply it so we get a nice even finish versus that messy look. This will continue smoothing out as it dries. But that's why it's always so jagged around RV installs when you're on top of them. It's because we're just making sure that the seam is actually covered, and then it just settles how it's going to settle.
Hey, what are you doing up here?
I'm adding the last layer of water protection to this air conditioner install. Putting Dicor around this foam that's stuck to the bus quite nicely. Because, you know, we're in a wet place, Kelsey. And I don't want any risk of water running under this foam in the future. And then I'm going to sit that big heavy thing on this hole for the last time.
Plug in holes, y'all. We're getting close.
All right. Well, that's gooping up there, so I don't want to install that fan yet, but I did get the AC set back in, and this is all it takes to wire this. Now you just run the black one, the negative, to your negative battery terminal, and your positive to your positive battery terminal. It even comes with an A&L fuse block to run it all through. That is much easier than a 120 AC version. Now I will say, this thing is a bit cumbersome to hide up in this groove, but it's just barely gonna fit. Oh, how awesome is that? All right. I'd say they're both in. I still have to add coolant to this one, so it's not finished. I have to take the cover back off to pressurize it. The solar glands or roof glands are also completed. Now it's time to get the rest of that solar back up here. We got way too much moving around space. It is yet again another beautiful day in Florida. I'm gonna spend my time in this box. My goal today is to bring some spaceship vibes to this ceiling. So hang on, that should be fine.
Oh, guys, just look at that boat sitting there. It's teasing us each and every day. It's saying, paddle me, paddle me. Let's go see how close Shane is. Maybe we can sneak up on him. Ooh, look at that ceiling, y'all.
I saw you coming.
That's looking cool, babe.
Oh yeah. Cooler by the minute. My work lights are on. The sun is gone. And I can't really see in here, but with the camera on you can. Tomorrow, I'll be adding the final layer to the ceiling, but I'm very satisfied with how it's turned out. I promise you, not a single one of those cuts was accidental. Right back at it again. Let's see if we can finish making that ceiling look pretty today. Hello, Kelsey.
Hello. This is looking nice, babe.
It's fun, right?
Fun indeed.
Look at all those shapes. Now that I've completely taken it apart, I've started to put it back together piece by piece. So each one of these needs to go back in to form the center island there. All of this has already been removed, and I've glued every seam. We still have to make sure all the nails get countersunk and then route the edge of it as well. I came in and did this one. This one is just gonna get a straight route edge because I won't be able to get my round over router up here against these faces. But that's an allowance so this door can open up, and we have a nice wire run that runs all the way across now. So it's easy to snake wire from one side to the other. Let's keep going. These pieces here that I've removed are going to be functioning as removable pieces in case the lights ever need to be replaced. Taking those down is how you'll replace the lights. I went ahead and attached another piece of quarter to this framework I built to go around both the fan and the air conditioner, and now I need to do the cutouts because there's going to be lights running around the perimeter of these as well. Well, I think I'm sufficiently covered in sawdust for the day. The sun's leaving me and my back is killing me. But would y'all look at that roof? Or ceiling, should I say. This is all gonna make a lot of sense when I get the lights in. I still have this area back here to go, but I want to put an access in for this area because this is where our glands for our solar wires are, and I would like for that to be accessible in the future if those cables ever need to be maintained or replaced. They shouldn't need to be able to, but it's still nice to not tear up the rig just to rerun a cable. We'll get some more done tomorrow. We always do. Oh, let's keep moving on this roof, y'all. Go, Shane, go.
Be quiet, y'all. We're gonna see if we can sneak up on him. In the shower.
You tried.
I did. I was trying to sneak up on you in the shower.
Fancy, ain't it?
Fancy indeed. Oh, I see you've added lots of trim work today.
Still moving. I continue to move forward. It is hard to capture what I'm doing, but it's things like covering this jagged piece of metal that we've been staring at for weeks on end. Sanding, routing, hiding the rest of that FRP we've been staring at. Even routing and sanding down this box so it's nice and smooth. Let's keep going. Well, I'd say this thing is starting to shape up, but I'm out of daylight. I managed to do a lot of work on trim today. Started installing a latching mechanism for this whole shower. Just genuinely continued sanding and rounding. Gained access to this area here, making these two independent pieces versus one, and a endless amount of routing and sanding on every piece of plywood I can find. Still moving along.
To than the sound of saws and sanders.
Yeah, there's no glue on these fingers today. Apparently, we've been afforded an opportunity by your amazing cousins once again, because Kelsey, we were running out of time to go see these monkeys in Florida, but we're going today.
Silver Springs, here we come. We finally get to use our new boats.
I am excited about this. The boat will be sailed. We have no champagne bottles to break. Can you break a bottle at a state park? I don't think so.
No, Shane. No.
Let's just hit it with a plastic bottle instead.
Sounds like a plan.
Wipe out!
Well, hey guys. I was trying to get the gator over there. You see him?
Christy did not see. Ooh.
Here, monkey, monkey, monkey.
Dude, that's a big turtle. So relaxed.
Right there it is.
Oh my. Wow, there's a boatload.
Oh, they're coming at you, AJ. They're gonna flip your boat.
I know it.
Oh, please do it. Come on, Manatee.
Oh yeah, he's right underneath the boat.
Ooh, is it there?
Hi, guys.
Look at, yeah, one right here. Yep. Look at here. Isn't this phenomenal?
No other place in the world.
You know, this is what the world's supposed to be right here.
Hey, little duckies.
Look at him go! I saw it, Kelsey. I swear.
Where?
I swear. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm monkey hunting.
We saw.
Turn this around, Kelsey. What are you doing? He's right there. Somewhere. I promise. There's a monkey. Oh, I hear them. They're fighting. Looky. Oh, those are monkeys. Holy monkey.
AJ playing on his phone while a monkey's playing next to him.
I think we found them, Kelsey. Those are monkeys. Kelsey,
Yes.
it's supposed to take two people to paddle a kayak.
I think you're doing just fine.
I'm
I'm
really
really enjoying our new boat.
It looks like you are. I'm not paddling either. This current's strong towards the end of the river. No monkeys were captured.
Oh my god, guys, I am so excited that we finally got to see those monkeys. It has been on my bucket list for a very, very long time. Thanks again, Christy and AJ, for making it happen for us.
I'm gonna warn you, I paid a very steep price to see those monkeys, but it was definitely one of the most memorable things I've seen. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that has watched this week and all the weeks before. If you're new to this channel, I suggest you go check out some of our other social media like Facebook and Instagram to have a great point of view that doesn't make it to some of these YouTube videos.
And also, if you're looking for a way to get a hold of us so that this guy can build you something awesome, then send us an email at lovehutforlife@gmail.com. We'll see you guys next week to see a whole lot more progress on his awesome project. Bye guys. Peace out. Have a good one.
Bye y'all.